can be one with darkness.
Aqua, are you okay?
Mickey, how did... Tara! Ben!
No time to talk.
Dwellers of darkness.
They're called Heartless!
And thus, Aqua finally knows what the hell these creatures are called. Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary, where we finally have a friend, a companion of which to join us as we battle once again against the Heartless Tornado, Cyclone, Hurricane. It all really depends on which direction the centrifuge is spinning. That determines its name, but in any case though, since hurricanes, tornadoes, cyclones, whatever, usually have names anyway, I guess it doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, so yeah. As you can no doubt tell with the fact that Mickey is currently here, there is, of course, a certain plot element that a lot of fans like to complain about, and I will be discussing that, but I'll be doing that a little bit later when we have a lot more time to talk about it. And indeed, well, the fact that the game does also address this, that again, really just sort of talks about an element of, you know, Kingdom Hearts fandom, anguish, ostensibly whinging about elements that, you know, the developers couldn't have possibly known about, especially considering the fact that, you know, this takes place in the Kingdom Hearts 1 timeline, when Birth by Sleep came out in, like, 2010, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1 2002. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about in regards to a lot of, you know, Mickey and Aqua's involvement in this point in the timeline, so I won't really talk about that for now, but in the meantime though, yeah, just enjoy this Heartless Tornado for what it is, and yeah, you do also get a new attack. In this case, apart from Spell Weaver, I believe it can get us through the night. But yeah, with Mickey into the fray, we also get Wayfinder, which is our additional, you know, little attack here, where Mickey gets into the fray, and yeah, we get some pretty cool attacks where we get to utilize some light-based abilities, and yeah, again, kind of fitting considering Mickey's outfit right now. It feels very much like, you know, him and Riku teaming up in Chain of Memories. Fittingly, given Mickey's outfit that is also from Chain of Memories, in HD.
Better not push our luck. Gosh, I never thought I'd find you in the realm of darkness, that's for sure. So, what happened?
Have you seen Tara or Ven?
No, just you.
I'm sorry. The darkness in this place, it's getting to me.
Oh. But you'll be okay.
Right.
Say, we've been looking for you a long time. How come you're in this place?
First tell me, how long's it been in the realm of light?
About 10 years.
Interesting. After we last spoke, I took Ven somewhere safe, and then I went after Tara. But Tara was about to fall to darkness, so I had one choice. I stayed here in hopes of giving him a chance.
I didn't know.
How about you? What could have brought you here? Has something happened in the realm of light?
It's the Heartless. They've been attacking worlds and taking their hearts. And worlds with no hearts vanish into darkness. But if we can lock the door between the two realms, light and dark, from both sides, we can protect the other worlds. So you see, I came here to find the key on this side. Turns out, it's not so easy getting into the realm of darkness. The points you can cross have become unstable. It's only when a world gets consumed that an entrance appears in the realm between, so I waited for my chance to sneak in. But hey, when I got here, I felt a warm, familiar light. I followed it to find my way to you.
The charm. So they were helping. Tara and Ben brought you and I back together again.
Yeah,
But the worlds are still in danger. Tara, did he make it back to the realm of light?
we still haven't found him.
I see. Well, wherever he is, he's fighting. He'll beat his darkness. And I know he wants me to fight too.
I think you're right. He'll be just fine.
Yes. But what about Ven? He won't wake up unless I'm there with him. I have to go. I have to find a way back to the realm of light.
Good. Then let's locate that key and go home together.
Does that mean you know an exit?
Well, I was so busy finding a way in that I didn't give a lot of thought to where there'd be a way out. But together, we're sure to find one.
You haven't changed at all.
May our hearts be our guiding key.
There's a phrase no one's used in ages.
Keyblade wielders used to say those words to each other. And now, it's something I like to try and remember. So, ready?
Ready.
Friends, together again in the realm of darkness, aka hell, whatever you wish to call it. Now, yeah, to kind of address things kind of point by point, really. Again, may your heart be your guiding key. First time it's ever really been mentioned. Ostensibly, it's basically the Kingdom Hearts equivalent of, you know, may the Force be with you, you know, those sorts of epithets, but yeah, in any case, though, yeah, that's meant to be something more so relating to, you know, very ancient Keyblade, you know, Union Cross kind of things, as Kingdom Hearts 3 was really meant to be tying into at this point. Well, again, pretty much anything from the post-Dream Drop distance through, well, again, Kingdom Hearts 3, which was running concordantly at the time, so yeah, that's really all that was meant to really be tying into. Now, as we have Mickey in our party, you might be thinking that since he knows that Aqua is in the realm of darkness, that again, any time, but again, it makes sense that he wouldn't have tried to look for Aqua since he didn't know where she was, you know, post-Birth by Sleep, since, you know, he wouldn't have known where she was. But however, after Kingdom Hearts 1, why didn't Mickey come and rescue her? There is an explanation in-game that you will be seeing in the next part, and, you know, this goes for both Kingdom Hearts 3 and, you know, most of the series up to this point. But you might be thinking that, again, since Mickey knew Aqua was down here, why didn't he try and rescue her? Again, I'm not going to talk about the in-game reason that they actually mentioned in the cutscenes, but, yeah, there is a few reasons, the first of which being the rarity in which, you know, people can enter the realm of darkness, again, as Mickey stated beforehand, and indeed, as Kingdom Hearts 1 attested to, again, you needed to find a world falling into darkness in order to actually get to this place to begin with, let alone the fact that that was incredibly rare, incredibly dangerous, and, you know, not something a lot of people could really pull off. But yeah, there was also the factor of which, that's again, apart from, you know, utilizing your heart in order to find where people are, again, Mickey had a connection to Aqua, I guess possibly the D-Link, Dimension Link. Again, as you saw as a gameplay mechanic in Birth by Sleep was meant to explain how he was able to sort of hone in on her, would have explained it, but yeah, apart from that, how else was he really supposed to find it? Because, I mean, the Realm of Darkness is a pretty big place. Several worlds have been consumed, and again, much like any sort of realm that doesn't really conform to our laws of physics, how exactly are you supposed to find anybody? That is a question I ask you, for those of you trying to look at this scientifically. But I mean, even going forward, and again, as, you know, you'll later begin to learn, yeah, there was a bit of a reason as to why Mickey didn't immediately go after Aqua. Namely that, again, in Kingdom Hearts, you know, Chain of Memories, he was immediately pulled out of the Realm of Darkness by Diz. As you remember, both, you know, Mickey and Riku were pulled out of the Realm of Darkness by, you know, Ansem the Wise / Diz. And in turn, so, yeah, he couldn't exactly go back to the Realm of Darkness in order to find her. In 358 over 2 days, it was, you know, the whole Organization 13 thing that he was primarily focused with. And even after that, again, as you saw in the cutscene with Riku, Riku made Mickey promise to look after Sora, Donald, and Goofy when they eventually awoke, in order to make sure that they could eventually take care of, you know, the Organization 13 threat. You know, on the off chance that, again, considering the fact that Riku was quite, well, I mean, let's be honest here, quite suicidal in that game, yeah, he was basically just sort of hoping that Mickey would basically be there to pick up the slack in the way in which he couldn't, as he was, you know, at threat of being possessed by Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. So yeah, I think you can see why Mickey wasn't exactly thinking about Aqua as his first priority. You know, there was quite a lot of things going on in the Kingdom Heartsian mythos, and I suppose you might be wondering why exactly didn't he chase after Aqua, you know, by the time of Kingdom Hearts Coded or, you know, Dream Drop Distance. But even in that case, again, as you saw in Dream Drop Distance, again, there was a whole sort of Xehanort plot that was going on right then and there, in turn with, you know, some of the explanations that you'll be seeing in the next part. And in turn, well, as to why exactly he didn't go after her during, you know, the brief interim during Coded, well, yeah, Coded kind of had its own thing. Namely that Mickey was kind of, sort of, trapped in his Disney Castle office, primarily because of shenanigans going down in that game, so yeah, I think you can kind of forgive Mickey for not exactly being quick on the uptake, because he was also dealing with a fair few things, you know, rather than rescuing Aqua in the interim between, you know, the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 where we are right now, and, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 where he finally actually gets a chance to sort of rescue her. Now you might be wondering why exactly I was sort of rambling about that for the past however many minutes exists on this YouTube video timeline kind of thing, but that's really because, again, there is a vast majority of fans in the Kingdom Hearts fanbase that do sort of give Mickey a lot of shit for abandoning Aqua in the Realm of Darkness, when really it wasn't really his fault, since, again, for all the aforementioned reasons, like, first off, he didn't really know she was there to begin with, second of all, he had a lot of other things to deal with, and thirdly, again, in the time that he did have things to deal with, yeah, let's just say you couldn't exactly stage a feckless attempt at rescue, you know, not without putting significant danger to yourself, and indeed the upcoming threats that we needed to face, so yeah, needless to say, cut Mickey some slack, he kind of deserves it. Although, then again, not exactly that Aqua would see it that way, considering how long she's been down there, which, yeah, kind of plays into a whole little angsty saga that we will indeed be seeing throughout the Kingdom Hearts 3 adventure, as we get beyond this point and then to the game good and proper. Because, yes indeedy, this is the final part of the Aqua prologue, that I've decided to call it, before we get to Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper, so I do hope you're going to be enjoying the last of this little prelude to Kingdom Hearts 3 as what's ostensibly the beta of what the final game would eventually be. And I suppose I can talk about that compared to Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper, as I have been, you know, again, whether or not I kind of hinted towards it in the previous part, or whether or not I'm just actually gonna flat out admit it in this part, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper does have a little bit more refinement compared to Aqua's gameplay that you're seeing here. This one tries to pay a little bit more homage to Birth by Sleep, and it does have its own unique elements, like the, again, as I've kind of churlishly called it, the play pretty dress up aspects of the gameplay, compared to what you'd see in Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper, but yeah, it has its own few unique elements, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is a little bit more refined. Not that you're going to be telling by my very early gameplay skills, where I'm just sort of adjusting between, you know, recently playing through this thing, and then, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper, once you get Sora going a little bit, because, bear in mind, he did lose his abilities after Dream Drop Distance, as was, you know, hinted at after, you know, Xehanort boy had taken all his abilities after trying to claim him as the 13th Vessel boy. But yeah, all the same though, it's, again, apart from having an extended fight sequence here, this is very much just sort of the last, you know, bits of Aqua's involvement in the pre-Kingdom Hearts 1 storyline. Everything that happens after this is basically just, well, her wandering the Realm of Darkness, fighting Heartless, and, again, as you will see in the, well, as you saw in, you know, the, fragmentary passage ending of, Birth by Sleep, yeah, she does eventually meet up with, Ansem the Wise, who was revealed to have survived his little, you know, device explosion that sent him to the Realm of Darkness to begin with, and he just sort of stayed there, I guess, to atone for his crimes, or I guess he had no other means of getting out. yeah, basically, Aqua and Ansem are pretty much just sort of waiting at the end. You'll be seeing a little bit more of this at the end of, well, at the beginning of the next part, actually, as, you know, you see a brief cutscene of Aqua actually walking towards Ansem, and then beginning the whole, "Oh, good evening, young lady. It's been a while since I had visitors on this part," as he flat out lies about losing his memory, which he doesn't really, but then again, talking about Ansem the Wise, he does have a lot of guilt, and, you know, considering that he was somewhat responsible for, you know, a lot of these elements coming into play, yeah, the dude does have quite a bit to answer for, but in the meantime, as Aqua can finally feel the sun on her skin, you know, as Destiny Islands is drawing closer to darkness, it feels good. She wants to lie shipwrecked and comatose, drinking fresh mango juice with goldfish shoals nibbling at her toes.
This is where I met those children.
So many worlds have been lost, and now they're trapped here in the dark. Wait, you know this place, Aqua?
Yes. I visited once, and I met two boys I considered passing the Keyblade on to. But because Terra had already given one of them the power, I didn't.
Aqua, what were the boys' names?
They were Sora and Riku.
I see. We're getting warm.
Huh?
Well, it's Sora and Riku who've been helping me. We're trying to get that door shut for good.
The same boys?
Aqua, if this is where my friends first got the Keyblade, it also must be where we'll find its counterpart. The Keyblade of Darkness has got to be here on the dark side of their world. We'll have to hurry. Come on!
Okay, it is still recording. Sorry about that. This is just my editor lagging, as per usual. Why do I find this kind of endearing? I don't know. Skully Reviews, this channel has been going on for so bloody long. Even the annoyances are endearing to me. I don't know what that says. Maybe I'm just feeling in a very positive mood right now. Who knows? But, yes indeed, this is without a doubt one of the hardest, Heartless Tornado boss fights, well, in the game, really. Well, again, it's kind of meant to be, because this is meant to be the final boss fight of, you know, Aqua's story, really, but, yeah, in this case, you're basically just trying to fight the core, which all the Heartless are sort of swarming about, so in this case, you're really just sort of, yeah, fighting against the swarm of the shadows in order to destroy them, you know, by the time you, activate your little special ability here. Yeah, there's a fair bit to sort of watch out for. I mean, again, I'm not really making as much use out of blocking as I otherwise should be, but, yeah, there's not really too much you can really sort of focus on unless, of course, you're just, you know, acutely aware of its attack patterns. And again, I should be, but, well, I mean, again, I don't really play this, DLC as much as I otherwise should have, so... yeah, do forgive me for being a wee bit sluggish on the overall controls, but in the meantime, enjoy this.
That's it! No! Fine!
And that is pretty much your basis for the ultimate attack here. Basically just sort of attack the core of the Keyblade as you use Eriquus's Keyblade Chains of Death, so to speak, and yeah, do as much damage before the finish meter pretty much, you know, runs out. As is very much part of our Kingdom Hearts 3 mechanics here, in lieu of the whole reaction command system, and yeah, it's not going to be a complete finisher, mind you, but it is something you can use in the boss fight to your heart's content, and you know, I mean, if you want to finish off your encounters as cinematically as you can, just sort of do that, really. But in other words, basically complete your 3-hit combo, and yeah, you should be good to, you know, finish off any boss fight that tries to give you a bit of lip. But all the same, mind you, this is, you know, very much, yeah, very much one of the more difficult final boss fights in the game. There isn't really much of the... And I'm not really too sure if this is just down to my lack of skill, or just really more down to, again, the pure nature of the fact that this is more of a swarm, if anything. Again, as I mentioned beforehand, it's basically like the swarm of sentinels that destroyed Zion in, you know, the Matrix Revolutions, really, so... Yeah, there's not really too much you can do apart from just sort of weather the storm, really, and just sort of eventually thin out the herd so you can get to the core. Then eventually utilize your you and Mickey's little Wayfinder attack, where you, again, sever the chains, you know, hold the core in place and then just sort of attack it. Which again is your primary way of damaging the boss, which you can do normally, but that's your more effective method of doing it. But again, you need to build up your, you know, command situation meter in order to do that, so... Yeah, needless to say, you've got your work cut out for you, so, well, I mean, again, I'm not really too sure. Again, I'm sure more skilled players than me can probably, you know, kick the absolute crap out of this boss more than anybody else, but in terms of my own experiences, and again, as you're seeing here with the gameplay somewhat being a little bit more amateurish, again, the fact that the Heartless is sort of swarming around the core, yeah, needless to say, it just sort of makes the whole boss fight encounter feel a little bit more messy than I suppose it should, but again, I don't know whether that's just my skill or the pure design of the boss fight in general. I'm gonna say that it's me, just to be a little bit more fair in the game, but it could be the other way around, so really, I'm not too sure, again, if it's, you know, X meets Y or Y meets X. Could possibly be, Z. Like the zzz thing, the Heartless, is bounding about, really. But yes, indeedy, when you damage the boss fight enough, when you damage the boss enough, it eventually just sort of, well, again, just turns into that little tornado right there and then. And, yeah, we'll try and protect this core the best that we possibly can, but, yeah, you do eventually need to get in there, and, it also requires taking a bit of damage, so, yeah, you need to sort of steel your gumption, make sure that you can sort of get in there and, you know, damage the core as you can. I mean, kind of thinking in terms of Kingdom Hearts 3 aesthetics, really, it would have been a little bit easier with Sora, since he would have had the flow motion aesthetics to help him out in the flow of gameplay, but suppose not really. Again, all you can really sort of do is just launch, like, you know, long-distance magic spells, but yeah, that's really all she wrote, and, you know, this tornado will, I mean, again, apart from having an arid red sky that just looks like every demonic creepypasta ever, yeah, you will sort of need to avoid a lot of its spores that it launches out at you. And really just, yeah. Again, it does escalate nicely. The music also does change in, you know, pace to sort of reflect the very dire circumstances that Aqua and Mickey are facing, so... Again, it is quite a good boss fight, but all things considered, really, yeah, it's really gonna put you through your paces. Or at least it's putting me through my paces, and I mean, I'm somebody who is reasonably familiar with the Kingdom Hearts series, so I mean, if it's doing this for me, what would this say for somebody who's just picking up Aqua's prologue for the first time? Yes, I don't really have an answer for that, but in the meantime, enjoy the cutscene, dudes.
Let's keep going. I bet it's in here. There.
Is that what you're after?
Yep, it's just the key I was looking for. A Keyblade from the Dark Realm.
A Keyblade of Darkness.
The door of darkness. Tied by 2 keys. The door of darkness to seal the light. Well, we've got the keys. Now, we find the ones to close the door.
Sorry.
The door between the 2 realms, it won't let a heart with light pass through. So, only darkness keeps spilling out. We can lock the door by using the 2 Keyblades. But we need help on both sides to get the door shut.
Well then, since you'll be doing the locking, let me be the one to close the door.
Sorry, but the job's taken by somebody else.
Is that the one?
Yup, the door to Kingdom Hearts. Well, it's not the Kingdom Hearts you know. Not exactly. But even though it's smaller, it's still the heart of many worlds. And even if it's not a complete Kingdom Hearts, we definitely can't leave it open like this. Or darkness will escape and destroy the remaining worlds. It's time. With this key and Sora's in the realm of light, we're gonna close this door. Now, all we need is Riku.
Sora. Riku.
There! That's everybody! Come on, Aqua! Oh no!
Back off!
Aqua!
Go without me!
No,
And for those of you wondering, sadly no, Aqua does not lose her shirt similar to Mickey, so no titties for you.
The battle for the Realm of Light is not won. Thanks to Terra and Mickey, I know what's at stake. I'm not afraid. I will face the long darkness. The next time someone wanders into the realm of darkness, I'll be here. A light to cut through all the shadows. I will be their wayfinder. And one day, I'll return to Terra and Ven. I am Master Aqua, and that's a promise.
And thus concludes the story of how Mickey lost his shirt, and on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time on the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary, we, well, begin the game good and proper. Catch you later.
Now, Sora, let's close this door for good!
It's beautiful. The stars are out. Terra. Then, just me again. They did it. The worlds are being restored. May our hearts be our guiding key. You'll know where I am.